Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Ruby and welcome. So it is the last day of 2024 where I'm at, and it's possible that where you're living at, it's already 2025. So Happy New Year! How exciting is it that we're entering into the new year? And so in the spirit of the new year, I thought I would make this video on my language goals for the coming year and maybe give you guys a small little recap of how my language learning went this year. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. So, the first language, French. How did French go, and what's my goal for 2025? So, with French, I basically just kept on advancing my current C1 level just through reading, attaining more vocabulary, speaking with native speakers, but the speaking hasn't been consistent because life, and I was at uni and sometimes it would get busy. So my goal for the new year is basically to do more of the same, just reading like more immersion. I've also been watching like TV series. Like, it's become such a habit of mine that now it's kind of like English, like English being a part of my daily life. That's how it feels like with French. So my goal is to basically just keep on immersing myself, advancing my vocab knowledge, and hopefully my intention. I don't want to say goal actually. I want to say my intention is to have weekly conversations. It's been a little tricky because I haven't really found someone on Tandem that has been like willing to have a weekly exchange in French. So I'm hoping to find that, or else just commit to weekly italki sessions with a native speaker just to practice speaking, because I really want to become, I guess, fluent, just being able to express myself in any subject fluidly. So that's my goal. I'm not planning to take any exams, maybe in 2026, but 2025, it's just solidifying more of that C1 level. Now, German, Deutsch. So, German, I made progress. I'm about like a B1.2, B2 level in German, like very low B2 level. And my goal is to pretty much solidify that B2 level in the new year. Um, yeah, fortunately, I have found a language partner who I meet with weekly, and I really want to improve my speaking skills, just being able to have conversations more fluidly, because that's something I still sometimes struggle with, and I feel like part of it is still a bit like lacking in vocab. So just acquiring more I can't speak. Just acquiring more vocab and reviewing grammar. But more than that, just like practicing conversation. So having either weekly or bi-weekly conversations would be helpful. So that would be my goal for the new year. But yeah, I mean, this year I strengthened my German skills. I'm able to like read a lot of text and understand things. And even when native speakers speak to me, even if it's like quick, I'm able to understand like the context of what they're saying, if it's too fast or it's like words I'm not too familiar with. But like based on everything else they say, I'm able to like comprehend what it is they're saying. But I really just want to solidify that and get into that solid B2 level in the new year. So, yeah. The next language is Ruski, Russian language. So, in the fall semester, my last semester at university, I took a Russian course, and I kind of just took it for the extra units, but I ended up falling in love with the language again. And so, my goal with Russian is I want to finish the current book I'm using because it's the only resource I've been using, and I wholeheartedly believe in it, which is why I'm going to make a video on that book as to why I suggest you use that book if you're considering to learn Russian or you're looking into a new resource. I wholeheartedly believe in the book just because of the progress I've been able to make with it. Because yes, I used it in my Russian class, but it's also been a book that I've been advancing in on my own. So yeah, and I want to finish that book in the new year and just solidify everything that I'm able to learn through the book, and hopefully be able to have some conversations become a bit conversational would be my goal. Right now, I've gotten through a little bit more than one third through the book, so we've got a good thing going so far. Now, the last language that I've been wanting to learn for the longest, that I've learned in the past, but I've always put in the back burner because other languages have become a priority or life has gotten in the way. But it's just a language that I'm like, oh, I need to because I want to. I love this language. Japanese. Yep, you guessed it. So my goal with Japanese, because earlier this year I did review the Genki 1 book, and funnily enough, just like the 2, 3 other times that I reviewed this book, I made it to chapter 11 and then just stopped. And I'm just like, why do I keep on doing this? So my goal is to review the book again and this time finish all 12 chapters. And I know I'm gonna get through it quickly because most of it, like the beginning stuff, especially like the first 5, 7 chapters, they're so solid by now because of how many times I've just like reviewed them. So my goal is to basically review everything again and finish the 12 chapters and get a start on Genki 2. I have Genki 2 already. I'm not going to say that my goal is to finish Genki 2 because I'm keeping in mind all these other languages that I'm planning to also take on in the new year. So if I'm able to make it to chapter 3 or even chapter 6 of Genki 2, I will be very happy. But yeah, I would love to get through that book as well, at least some of the chapters, and practice having some conversational skills in Japanese. With Russian, it's not a huge priority for me to like practice conversations right now, even though I do talk to myself. But I really would want to practice conversations in Japanese. And yeah, and that's basically it when it comes to languages I plan to learn in 2025. I was about to say 2024. I mean, this year I also did review some Italian, but Italian as of right now, it's not really a language I'm prioritizing. I don't really have any particular desire to take it on at this moment, maybe down the line, but right now, not really. Korean, I kind of dabbled in it again, and I love how beautiful the language sounds, but I don't have a big enough why to really get myself to start learning the language. And then Mandarin Chinese, I'm kind of getting curious to want to start learning it, but I'm trying to avoid listening to like anything, like engaging in anything Mandarin Chinese related, because I'm afraid that I will fall in love and I just can't, because even 4 languages is so much for me right now. But I created a particular schedule that I'm going to do my best to follow when it comes to learning these 4 languages to test out the waters. And if through that process I've made the decision that if it feels like it's too much and I'm not making I'm not making the type of progress I want to be making, which I know in my mind I'm also being realistic about that, because I know if I'm expecting big progress, I'm only gonna disappoint myself, because it's like it's 4 languages, you have to be a bit realistic, especially when you have other things going on, like I'm working now and I'm always working on like my music stuff as well. So just keeping all of that in mind, I'm being realistic, right? But if I don't like the results I'm getting, then I've made up my mind that I'm going to change things up to the point where it's possible that I may put 1 language to the side completely. So like maybe Russian or Japanese, or I may put 1 language on maintenance mode. So it could be either of the 4, just depending on what it is that I want to focus on. And yeah, I thought I would share that because I know there are people out there that are also learning multiple languages. And I just share this because I think it's important to have that type of flexibility with yourself and not give up altogether. Like if there's languages you love, you should certainly keep on pursuing them. And if you don't necessarily want to give up on any 1 language, I feel like including it in your day-to-day life even if it's just once a week, is better than nothing. You know what I mean? So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it and found it inspiring when it comes to coming up with your own particular language goals. I hope that this video inspires you if you're still in the process of coming up with your own goals and creating your own particular plan. And if you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos each week. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year!